Ah, a gruesome twosome.
Hey, what's up, my peoples? EmGo here, the freaking geek himself, and today we will be reviewing the Transformers Studio Series Commander Class set of Hook and Longhaul. So here we are, and there they are. And first and foremost, as always, we'll take a quick look at the packaging. Right up front here, we have some lovely artwork of Hook and Longhaul from the Transformers, the movie, Constructicon Hook, Constructicon Longhaul. On this side, we have Hook and Longhaul in their alt modes. The Transformers, the movie. On this side, we have Mr. Devastator and all that good stuff. Collect and combine, bloody, bloody, bloody. Up top, Hook, Longhaul. On the bottom, words, things, barcodes. On the back of the on the back of the box, you have your obligatory product shots. And up top here, we have our little screenshot of Devastator throwing some Dinobots around, and you have your little one-sentence bio in multiple languages. Hooray for languages. And that's basically it for the packaging. And moving right along, here we have Hook and Longhaul, the next components of our 86 Devastator. So, first we'll take a look at Hook. Hook, give us a hook. And here he is in his alt mode. He is packed in alt mode. Yay! They're both packed in alt mode. Yay! But here he is. And we'll get in close here so we can take a look at the details. His namesake, the Hook, is done in purple here. The windshields and windows done in purple. A little bit of purple there on the arm. Again, some more purple on that secondary cockpit there. You got the rims picked out in silver. You got Devastator's head just kind of tucked in right there. So kind of visible head syndrome. Kind of, sort of, maybe. But you got some nice detailing. See a little kind of diamond plate going on there. And you got the back. There's the top. There's the bottom. He does have visible head syndrome. That is there. He does roll as rolling things should. Very smooth. Nice smooth roll. Hooray for rolling. And for comparison, here he is with the Combiner Wars Hook. So you can see how they look together. And here he is with G1 Hook because he's precious. Oh, so precious. And here are all the Constructicon boys we have so far. So you can see how the team is shaping up. And man, that's a whole lot of green going on there. But they still look good together. So, and there you go. Now, as far as articulation in this mode goes, the hook itself is unhinged. It can move forward and back. You can extend the section. That's as far as it goes. The arm itself can move up that far. It can rotate, can do a full 360. This is just pegged in. It's packed separately in the box. I can do a full 360, and that is pretty much... Get back in there. There we go. And that is pretty much all that moves there in the alt mode. And as far as accessories go, he just includes his little blaster here, just cast in black. And as far as your storage, you have a little port right there, little post right here, and that just pegs on. And there you have your storage. Hooray for storage. So that is basically it for the alt mode. So let's get down to transformation, shall we? Let's good spin. Let's get down to transformation. So the first thing we want to do is we just want to take the hook section here, just bring it out a little bit there so you can flip that hook all the way in. You're then going to take these panels back here and just bring them up. Now you're going to take this entire assembly here. You want to untab it. And it's on a double hinge. You just want to take it, bring it up, and it will sit over this section here. So bring it up and over, and I'll just tab in, little tabs. Slot connection right there. You bring that up, and that will sit like that. And once you've done that, you just untab the arms from the sides here. Just bring them out, and then bring them down. The elbow is like tabbed in there, so just undo that to free up your elbow joints. Now you take these panels and just bring them down over his shoulders. And we have the upper body all done. So now you want to take this, just bring it out just to get it out of the way. You want to split this section here. Just makes doing the legs a lot easier. So what you're going to do here is you're going to take this section, it's on double hinge, just take it and bring it down. And you're going to bring this down, untab the foot, bring that out, bring that down. That'll sit right there. You see it's kind of like a little tab that it will sit under, like so. There you have a leg all done. Second verse, guess what? Just like the first. So undo that, bring that down, untab the foot, then all that down. Now you can bring this back down, get them all straightened out there, and there you go. There you have Hook in his robot mode. And not a bad looking robot mode. Again, you know, they're trying to invoke his G1 look. But, you know, I have my grievances with it. But let's get in close so we can take a look. Not at those abs. Noggin. Whoop, there it is. But that's a nice hooky noggin right there. Silver face, right there for the visor. He's got the flat top going on. That looks nice. Decepticon symbol right there. His forearms are way too short. It's just like, that's not how that works. But, you know, it is what it is. But we got some nice detail going on. We got some nice silver here on the shins. Picked out in silver. You know, toesies there. And move the back. You know, I mean, that's accurate. He's supposed to have that hanging off his back. Overall, you know, not too shabby. Now, articulation-wise, what have we got? I'll tell you. So the head is on the ball joint, I believe. You get a little bit of wiggly-waggly. You can look up a little bit, look down a little bit. Head can rotate. He has a lot of stuff around his shoulders to get in the way, but you can get his head. 360. Arms can rotate. Again, you have to get around stuff, but can do a full 360. Can move in and out. At this hinge, you can also use that transformation hinge if you need that extra outward movement. Again, you have to move these panels out of the way to accommodate it. You got bicep rotation. You do have a double-jointed elbow, so you have some good range of movement there, even though he has these tiny forearms. But no wrist rotation. They just move inward for transformation, but hey, it moves if you need it to move. Nothing at the waist, just due to the combination gimmick. It's just his waist is just locked. Legs can go forward that far, back that far, outward, full splits, and then some. You got thigh rotation. You got under 90 degrees of bend there at the knee as far as the feet. They can move up, they can't move down, but you do have your ankle tiltage. And we can bring in his blaster. If you want, you can leave it stored right back there if you want. Or, of course, you can wield his weapon and he can pew pew bang bang, pew pew bang bang, and all of that good stuff. If you want to, you can also remove this section here. He can't hold it in his hand because there's not enough clearance for it to actually sit down. But there are ports here on his forearms. You can totally do that. The joints aren't strong enough to actually hold it up, but still, it's a thing you can do if you want to do it. So there you have that. And now for comparison. Here he is with the Combiner Wars Hook. So you can see how they look together. And here he is with G1 Hook because precious. Oh, so precious. And now moving on to the beefcake of the group. Here we have Longhaul. And here he is in his alt mode. Let's get in close so we can take a look at the details. You got the headlights there picked out in silver. That front grille done in black. Decepticon symbol front and center. If we open this section up, you can see they actually molded in an engine and even picked that out in silver. You'll never see it, but I mean, it's there. Hey, why not? But the windshields and windows done in purple. You got the silver rims. You got some hits of red and purple there. And there's the back. There's the top. There is the bottom. Visible hair syndrome. It does roll, as rolling things should. Hooray for rolling. And for comparison, here he is with the Combiner Wars Longhaul, the beefy boy of that set. And you can see there's a bit of a size difference going on there. And here he is with G1 Longhaul, big as precious, oh so precious. Now as far as accessories go, he comes with his blaster here. It is made up of two pieces. So you got the green and the black barrel going on, and this just stores right there on the side, and there's your storage. Hooray for storage. And since this set is not requiring Longhaul to be the bulk of Devastator, thank God, because we saw how that worked out with the Combiner Wars version, he comes with this right here, and this section is now the bulk of Devastator. So this is going to be the crotch and the hips here, and the hands are stored up here, these blocks. You can see the hands just tucked under there. They just peg right up top. The chest panel here, you can see the wings are on the side, and the central portion is stored underneath, so everything just tucks away real nicely. And it just looks like a big old, like, you know, it's a trailer for him to tow. And you just open up the back here, and this section, you see his little nubs on either side, just sit in between this section right here with the ports. And you just line that up, and you just get it all nice and squozen, and there you go. He has a little trailer for him to tow. It gives you a little bit of rotation, but now you got all that going on. So it's a nice way to incorporate the combined mode parts, and still, you know, looks like it goes with the theme of the team. Still looks, you know, construction-y, and that's Longhaul's job, to haul. It's in his name. But that is basically it for the alt mode, so let's get down to transformation, shall we? Okay. A little too much to spin, but anyway, transformation. So the first thing we're going to do is we're just going to open up this section here. We can just bring the legs all the way out. Come in here, flip out his heels. Just get that out of the way. You now want to come to these black sections here. They tab into the sides right here, so just untab, give a little wiggle wiggle, and just pop those out. A little wiggle wiggle, and pop that out, and you can bring these sections down. They're going to connect right here, so just bring that forward. Now I'll just lock into place right there. Lock into place right there. Now you just want to take the arm, swing it up, bring it down, flip out the hand, second verse just like the first, up, down, whoops, on mine this mushroom peg likes to pop off. Down, and flip out the hand, and now you have the arms all done. And now you just want to bring this back and get that out of the way. You want to open up the front here, so you can pop his head up, you can pop it out from underneath there. Bring that up, close the chest back up, and now we can take this entire lower body assembly, just bring that forward until it snaps into place. And the last thing to do is just collapse this down against his back. Oh, one more thing we need to do. We do need to lock the legs with a little tab slot connection here. So just lock those thighs in place. You don't really have to do that, but I'll get into that more later. But get them all straightened out here. And there you go. There you have Longhaul in his robot mode. And yeah, as always, he's the beefcake. He's the beefcake of the group. He's just a big chunky boy. But he's nice though, and honestly, like he feels really nice and solid. Honestly, I like him. He feels nice and chunktastic, but in a good way. But yeah, overall, looks pretty good. But let's get in close so we can take a look not at that belly, at the noggin. Oh, there it is. You can see a typical Longhaul noggin there. All that silver there for the helmet, red for the visor, and all that we've seen already. And take a look at his beefy arms there. Again, you got those hits of red and purple. His toesies, heelies. I do wish maybe these wheels kind of like folded in, but they can't fold in because then they would get in the way of the knee joints. So for the sake of the articulation, they can't fold in, but I wish they could just, I don't know, there's something with them just kind of tucking them up a little bit, but it's okay. You just got this little panel here on the back, so for the most part, pretty clean transformation. Now, articulation-wise, what have we got? I'm going to tell you. So the head is on a ball joint. You just get a little bit of wiggly-waggly. You can look up a little bit, look down a little bit. Head can rotate, can do that full 360. Arms can do a full 360, can move in and out. You can bring them down on that hinge if you want to as well. You got a ball jointed elbow, so that's where your rotation is going to be. You got A bit over 90 degrees of bend there. Again, no wrist rotation, just inward movement due to transformation if you need it. Nothing at the waist, and in this case, I don't know why they didn't give him a waist joint, because it seems like they could have, because there's nothing that really needs to be locked here. I don't think. Maybe? I'm not sure. But the legs can move forward that far, back that far, outward, full splits. Got thigh rotation. Now the knee joint is right here, and it does lock, so you have to unlock it. And there you get his heel back out. You get under 9 degrees of bend there at the knee. Of course, if you undo this clip, then you can get full movement there at the knee. So really a double jointed knee when you think about it. You can lock that. And as far as the feet, no up, no down, but you do have lots of ankle tiltage. And of course we can give him his weapon here. You can just store it right here on the side of his leg if you want. And of course he can wield his weapons and pew pew bang bang, and all of that good stuff. We can also bring in these, because these can also be held as handheld weapons. They can plug into the hand thusly, and we'll bring in Hook. Give us a hook. He can hold that as well. And guess what? All of this is Blues compatible. Yes, it is Blues compatible. So we're just going to plug one in here. We could plug one in here. I don't know if we'll be able to hold it up. He won't, but we'll make it work. We'll do things. We'll do things. And we got plug one right here, and we can plug another one here. Oh, we can do, might be too much for them. There we go. We can do a big old Constructicon. Oh yeah. All kinds of blushing. All kinds of blushing to be had here. And now for comparison again. Here he is with G1 Longhaul, because precious. Oh, so precious. And here he is with Combiner Wars Longhaul. My God. I mean, look. I love this figure because of the absurdity. I love the absurdity of this figure, but my God, they did this boy dirty in Combiner Wars. I mean, this is just trauma right here. This is just, I don't know what they were thinking. I mean, look, look, God bless Hasbro. They were trying to do a kind of more all-in-one gimmick with this, but you know, they did Longhaul so dirty in that process. And yeah, there's just nothing here that looks good. Maybe the head sculpt. That sculpt looks good. That's pretty much the only thing I could compliment of this Longhaul. Again, I love the absurdity of him. He is a hilarious figure. But I think we all can agree that the Studio Series version looks a lot better. But there's Combiner Wars Longhaul. And here is our Constructicon crew so far. And yeah, they do look good together. So there you go. So that is basically it for their robot mode. So now let's get down to combine mode, shall we? Let's. Now we're going to start with Longhaul, and for Longhaul, it's easiest to start in robot mode. So we're going to flip his hands in, and then we're going to unclip this part of the arm. You want to now rotate this section, the forearm section, so this tab is now facing up, and this tab will go onto this slot right there. So just line it up, tab that in, and then there's a tab slot connection that will happen right there. So just tab that in. And second verse, just like the first. So once that's done, you want to take this section, just unfold it, just bring it up, just to get it out of the way. You're now going to take the lower body assembly here and just unclip it and bring that back. It does kind of floop itself into place right there. You do want to disengage this clip here on the legs and just kind of get the legs bent, and you can tab the legs together. So now you want to bring the legs down at this hinge at the hip, and then just bring the legs up at the knee. You want to leave these up, because now you want to take all this, collapse it back, and you have these two tabs that will go into these slots right here. So tab that in, and bring that down, like so, and then the heels will tab into these slots right here. So tab that in, tab that in. That locks all that into place. And then you're just going to open this up, tuck his head down, close that back up, make sure everything is nice and squozen, and there you have Longhaul ready for combination. Now for Hook, he's basically going back into alt mode, so it's easiest just to start in alt mode. So again, you just want to bring this out and tuck that hook in. You want to then just untap his forearm, and you just want to bring the forearm down and flip the hand in. So untap the forearm, bring that down, and flip the hand in. You want to bring this up just to get this out of the way, and this whole section here will lift up, and it will shift over to the side, so it's now flush with this. So I'll sit there like that, and then you want to take Devastator's head and just pop that up and just keep that out of the way. So now you want to extend these two sides. They're on double hinges. So you just want to bring it out. You can see that double hinge in there, and there's a double hinge in here as well. So again, just extend all of that out like that. And once you've done that, you just take two halves, bring them together, and tab slot connection right there. Just make sure everything sits where it needs to sit, and clip that together. Once that's done, you bring the headpiece down, tabs, slots, line it up, and get that tabbed in. There we go. Tab that in like so. Then you want to rotate the head. You can see his face is just kind of smushed in there. So you want to bring all of this up, bring the face out, and then close that back up. And then we have Devastator's noggin. You can bring that back down now. You want to take this forearm and just bring this back up and tab that back into place. And now it's just a matter of flipping out the connection ports, the connection posts rather. Just bring that out. You want to open up this canopy here, bring that out, close that back up like so. Come down here. You have a connection point on the chest. Flip that out. And there you go. There you have Hook ready for combination. So now we're going to deal with all of this right here. So we just need to start taking things off. So take these wings off, take these sections off, put this off to the side, come under here, take the central part of the chest piece, untab it, and put all that off to the side, and we're just going to work on this right now. So what we're going to do here is we're going to take all this and just pop it up, bring it all the way back. You're going to bring it up on this hinge here. And then you're going to take all this, collapse it down, tab slots right there. Just tab that in, bring that up, and tab that in. You want to take the two halves of this connector and just bring it up and tab that together like so. Now you want to take these hip skirt panels here, untab those. They tab in very securely. So untab those, and now you can bring those hips down. Now you can bring that back down. And now it's going to sit like that, and that is ready to go. So now what we're going to do is we're going to take Longhaul, and he will just drop right down onto this section right here, like that. And then this section right here will end up, these sections right here will just plug into those ports right there. So just line that up, and that will just snap in right there. And we have that done. Now for Hook, we have multiple connection points. So we have a tab that will go into this slot here. We have this clip that will go right in here. We have this tab that will go in here. We have this clip that will go right in here. And we have this tab that will go right in there. So lots of stuff. But basically, if you just get the two main clips lined up, then everything else just kind of ends up right where it needs to go. So you just get everything all nice and squozen. Get that pushed down. Get everything pushed down. There you go. You have all that attached. So now we can finally get our other boys combined up. So for Bone Crusher, what we're going to do is we're going to open up the treads here. We're going to flip out this section. You want to take this foot and you want to rotate it in. Take this connector and flip this down, and you want to bring all this back together. Get those treads tabbed back in up there, and this will tab into the foot like that. To lock all that in place, then you're going to rotate this because that's going to be your elbow. And then, or rather, nope, you're going to rotate it this way because you want this multi-detail facing back. You're going to bring in this little bit here. You want to flip in the post and then just rotate that hand around. And this will just plug in right here. So make sure you have that lined up. Plug that in. Rotate that. And there you have that arm ready to go. So to connect Bone Crusher, he's just going to slide down onto this. Just slide it down, make sure it goes all the way. There we go. There's going to be a little tab slot connection that happens there as well, so just push that in to further secure that. And there you go. You got that arm in place. And now we can attach the chest piece. So just bring in the wings and just plug into the sides. There's also a little tab that goes up into this section here, so just kind of get that all sitting nice and straight. Plug that in. We only have one arm right now, so this is the best we can do. So basically we have these tabs right here that are going to go into this slot right there, and we have these clips that are just going to go around the waist right there. So, and also these two tabs will go into these two slots right here. So basically just kind of start with the arm and then just work your way around and just get that clipped in. You have to give it like a good push there. There we go. Clip that in. There you go. And we got that going on. Right there. That's looking good. And now for scraper, I'm sorry. You just want to take this clip right here. You want to bring it down. And that'll just clip in right there. You want to take this section and bring that up. Now I want to take his arms. You want to untab them so you can rotate them. And then just tab them right back in place. So just untab everything, rotate it down, and then tab that all back into place. You then want to take the arms, you want to rotate them that way, and then rotate them back. Now the instructions do tell you to have the hands flipped out, and you can totally do that because that gives him, you know, some more heel to stand on. If you don't like the way that looks, you can always just leave those tucked in. Totally up to you. As always, your toy, display it however you wish. You want to take the section here. You just kind of want to angle it back. Take the canopy here, rotate it around. And you just want to open this up. And he is ready to go. Now how Scrapper connects is he is just going to slot right in here. And you're just going to slide it all the way in. And then once you do that, you take the other half, connect it up, and then you just straighten all this out, and there you have Scrapper connected. And now we have a one-legged Devastator in a butt-kicking contest. But what we do have of him does look good. I will say, you know, we just need a Mixmaster and Scavenger, but so far, it looks good. If there's one critique I have of the combined mode, I think it could just be me, but his legs look a little short to me. Could just be me. I don't know. But overall, I mean, he looks good. He feels nice and solid. I mean, you know, as far as the back goes, I know people have criticized the back. I mean, this part of Longhaul, that is supposed to be there. That is accurate. Of course, due to the, you know, the trailer gimmick they implied here, or implemented here, rather. You know, he does have kind of an extra butt flap going on there, but, you know, it's not horrible, not in my opinion anyway. It doesn't really impede his waist articulation. I mean, the waist turns as much as a waist is supposed to turn. So, I mean, you know, it allows as much waist movement as it's supposed to have anyway, you know, if we go by, you know, normal anatomy. But, you know, we need a support box here for him right now. Stand, you stand, man. Stand, please. There we go. He's a little handicapped right now, but, you know, so far he's looking pretty good. So, there you go. So there you have Hook and Longhaul. As far as Hook goes, I mean, he's pretty much just a downscaled version of the Combiner Wars version. You know, with some improvements here and there. But yeah, they just pretty much downsized the Combiner Wars version. As far as Longhaul goes, vast improvements over the Combiner Wars version. Leagues better than the Combiner Wars version, so that's a bonus. They didn't do him dirty this time around, thank God. So yeah, 4 down, 2 to go. So There you go. Now, I picked this up from BigBadToyStore.com. I'll put a link to their site in the description down below so you can check that out. You can also check out the playlist for any reviews you may have missed, also linked in the description down below so you can check that out as well. And I think that's it, so don't forget to check out EmGo's, check out Love, Peace, Paranormal, follow me on Twitter, all of that good stuff down in the description below, and I think that's pretty much all there is to say. So, there is the Transformers Studios series, Commander Class, Hook, and Longhaul, and this is EmGo saying, remember, you don't stop playing because you grow old because you stop playing. Be geek, be proud, palm in your face. What the? No, there's two of you! Oh yes, we like to use the buddy system. I don't have any buddies. What about Shockwave? Nah, it's just a friendship of convenience. But listen, if you're so into the buddy system, why don't you help Longhaul lose some weight there, because he's looking a bit on the chunky side. Hey, I lost weight, you know. See, Scraper was right about him. Scrapper. Whatever.